of the shell left of me. And now every decision I make, not good, the pleasure and the pain could simply all be erased if I choose it to be. Nightmare unfolds like a rose, awakes to the spring. Oh, we're so close to the sanity I'm trying to cling to. I'm tearing out the pages 'cause it hurts to be forced to feel the heart break. How much of this torture can I take? Is it not worth the risk to create just one more try? I know that I could fix it. If you could rewrite our life any way that you please, would you tear out the pages of our memories? Would you take back the pain and all the hurt we create? Or could you be satisfied with the love that you made with me?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yagami, and I welcome you to my humble stream. Today on the menu, of course, the long-awaited video game, The Medium. I've promised to play the video game last when I was playing on my last hours of stream last month, and here we are. It's a new month, and it's time to get into this game that I'm quite interested in.
Any way that you please, would you tear out the pages of our memories? Would you take back the pain and all the hurt we create?
You are now listening to Love Palm, Silent Hill Book of Memories OST by Akira Yamaoka, and the singer is Mary Elizabeth McNeil. And, of course, the song has a connection to the game that we are playing currently, or going to play anyway. Of course, the stream is almost up, as I'm just finishing the touches, and we are almost there. Almost there. And we are almost there. To those of you who just joined, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are about to embark in a journey called The Medium. So for those of you who do not know, The Medium is made by Booper Studio, a indie development studio, and what drew me to the game is two things: the fixed camera angles and, of course, Akira Yamaoka, the legendary sound composer and music composer for one of my all-time favorite series, Silent Hill. The title of the track you are currently listening to is Eternal Rest. of course by Akira Yamaoka. Anyway, alright. The game looks just fine. All I need is perhaps a thing or two, and they are all good to go. All good to go. Of course, I have to thank all of those who followed my stream from last time. A big thanks to Shippu for followed, to Mika Mad for following, and all the rest. Thank you kindly and welcome to the stream. You can also find my stream on the YouTube channel, should you wish to. Otherwise, I believe it is time for us to embark into the medium journey. So, what is fixed camera angles? So fixed camera angles is of course something that the developers came with in the late 90s as video games such as Resident Evil were being developed, partly because they wanted their own vision, because it is, after all, a survival horror game, but at the same time, because the game also required resources, and the current hardware at the time didn't really fit such demanding resources. It's funny now to think about Resident Evil in 1996 being too demanding because it's pixelated, but anyway. Other than fixing a few things, I know also little about the medium. This goes without saying. And I try to do, and I not do basically, I try to do it this way in the current games, as trailers these days kinda spoil a tiny bit too much. So let's listen. I might lower the volume a bit after the cinematic. A bullet flies from the gun. Did the girl die? Or did she survive? That is the question. My favorite sound of all.
Since I was little, I've had this dream. It's the end of summer. A girl is running through the woods. The moon, the scent of pines. And then the gunshot.
For whom is the second teacup, I wonder?
It always felt so real. The blood on my cheek, the cold sweat running down my skin. I'd managed to convince myself it really happened. This scar, the memory. But part of me I could never fully understand. Well,
Ooh, smoking is bad for you, lady.
the only part. No wonder people used to think I was strange. If they only knew.
If they only knew what exactly.
When the phone rang, it was the hardest day of my life. the day I went home to...
And
say
such a lovely
goodbye to my
place.
father,
Amazing graphics. I love this.
to dress him up for his last journey. Put him in a suit, fix his tie. Simple. Just the things he did every day. But looking through his stuff wasn't easy. I needed a moment to pull myself together.
And of course you pull yourself together by smoking
almost
a
ready.
cigarette.
I just had to find his special tie clip.
Understood, so main objective, tie clip. And this is of course what I mean by fixed camera angles. As you can see, we do not have any control over the camera. And with fixed camera angles, of course, comes the tank controls. Meaning that our characters, or our character, only move in a certain way. And of course, many argues that this is kinda old and not required anymore, and that they need more movement and freedom in their characters. Or character. I keep making this plural for some reason. And I am one of those that of course played the old games, and I am quite nostalgic of course. And nostalgia is a very strong emotion that lets us kinda accept things of what they are and like things as they are. So of course, when I saw this, I was very intrigued and I wanted to play the game. Like I said before in the intro, it had, like I said again, the fixed camera angles and the Kiraya marker. Two things that piqued my interest. So here we are. Now before we move. Gameplay, text, display and audio. I guess we'll do this. Just a tiny bit. Making it certain that we can hear each other and everything is under control. Oh, I see, that's good. So, this is also one of the old tricks in such video games where if there is something that you can interact with, you can see that your character is looking at something. So if I do this, obviously, here we are, there is some sort of a book. Let's press and let's see. October 1999, November 1999. Very interesting. So the question that first arouse itself is, does this game take place in 1999? So that's number one. It's a fancy room. And of course we are looking at a tie clip. So that is our main objective, but I believe we are free to explore. But it would appear that this is the only thing that we can do. So, let's move on. No creepy door openings? No.
Yeah.
However, small jump scares. Small jump scares are always good. Alright, nothing to see here. So, can I turn on the light or anything? No. Where is this place? Aha, this seems to be the kitchen. It would appear that we indeed need to put something here. Maybe food for the cat. That would be good. I'm a big cat person, so why not?
Looks nourishing.
Takosi, there we go. Alright. Now, I am already at a dilemma, because it is obvious that you put the cat food in the cat thing, but I've already played a handful of games that will reward you if you decide not to put an item in one place and instead put it in another place in the near future. So that's a question that arises itself. I keep saying arise for some reason. I don't know, that's my brain and how it works and how it functions. Sometimes I repeat myself a lot. My English dictionary is not that big. But for the time being, I'm gonna play it normal.
Here you go.
I will put the cat food.
Glad to see you're still kicking around.
I like that they took the time to animate this entire thing. That's very good. I believe that much like, perhaps, this is of course my hypothesis, but maybe much like Resident Evil 4, where you find a trapped dog or wolf in a bear trap and you free him and he later on comes and helps you with a certain boss. So maybe, just maybe, feeding this cat will have an implication for later. I am certain of it, but we will see. Symbolic funeral of the Cyreza mine. So, again, I am around 99% certain that today is Friday, the 5th of November, 1999. What was I doing in 1999? I think I was in 8th grade. 9th grade, perhaps. Yeah, definitely the 9th grade. I'm quite old. New best player. After yesterday's summary, Nicholas Belly is the best soccer player in the second sports league. New discovery. The holy hand grenade of Antioch was found in a cave of Toman Dashan. What's that? Tragedy on rolls or rays. An 18-year-old student died during a driving test. Road difficulties. The reconstruction of the Igokomoska Street has started because nobody wants to go there. Note: hypertension kills silently, like ninja. Symptoms must not be. And of course, the title cuts or the article cuts. Miners from Cyreza mine in What is these names? Do these countries exist or something? I know there are certain countries and towns that it is, for us, difficult to pronounce, but man. Trizabinia city, carried in a symbolic black casket. Damn. So I see apples and everything. Obviously, due to the fact that I am streaming, it would appear that the game is not running at a smooth 60 frames per second, which is fine by us. This game doesn't require really 60 frames per second as long as it looks good.
I can't believe it's all still here.
Aha, one of my favorite places, a red room. I was trying to move the camera. Let's see. Illuminate photo for 5 seconds. Dip in the multigrade for 3 seconds. Dip in stop for 3 seconds. Dip in fixer for 3 seconds. Understood. Well, okay. So this is the photo paper. This is the exposure machine. Okay.
I guess I forgot about this one. I can do it now.
So put the paper here. Press this. And stop. Take it. Put it here for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then here 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, 1, 2, 3.
That was the last photo I took of you, Jack.
So this is a photo of her father, her uncle, something of the sort. So far we know nothing about who this girl is, or this woman is, who Jack is, and everything. But from the looks of it, it would appear that this Jack person or this girl, they like their photography and they have a red room in their house, which means they might or might not be journalists. I am well aware and very familiar with that machine, with that thingy machine that you use for specific reasons. We have one at home. You'll still use it here and there. That's a door that we are not going to be using. And this is, of course, the bathroom. What does the bathroom hold for us? 1984. Now, this is an amazing book, by the way. If you haven't read this book, and I have not read this book, it would appear that it is one of those really good sci-fi books that one must probably, you know, take a look at it and read it. Nothing out of the ordinary here, and it would appear that we cannot pick the book. Let me just make certain. Oh, I see. So I was thinking that it would have been. I was thinking that because I'm streaming, the game was probably, you know, at 30 FPS, but it would appear that it was just on 30 FPS. That's the reason. So let's put it on 30 and 60 FPS and see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll just put it back on 30. Like I said, this is one of those games that don't really require to have 60 FPS. I believe I am on the minority here, but I believe I might prefer it on 30 FPS for a more cinematic view of the entire thing. We'll try both, and we'll see which is better.
Right. The tie clip. Pull yourself together, Marianne. Jack's tie clip. I need to find it.
Oh, so that's the way outside. And I haven't found the tie clip yet. Understood. Let's hope it's here. So, let me go back here a bit. This is why the camera angle adds so much. We know that this is a survival horror game. It's a suspense game, it's a psychological game. And just not being able to see what's around the corner is one of those all-time classic install fear in your heart kind of things. You're anxious, you don't know what's going to happen next, and whether there is a monster that's going to be jumping on you or not, but yeah, puts you on the edge of your seat.
Jack's room. It's like he never... Damn it.
She keeps saying Jack. Is it your father? Surrogate father, maybe? I don't know. Stepfather? Interesting. But she clearly does like him. Goes without saying. Well, I was thinking maybe I can pet the cat, but perhaps I can't. I thought the cat was black and white, but it would appear that it's not. It's actually grey. Oh?
I used to think I'd never fit in. But Jack, he didn't mind my weirdness. He kept telling me I was special.
Or maybe you are. Everyone kept telling me that I was plain and not special. So that's, I guess.
Jack was a humble, religious man. He ran a funeral home, and I'd help out whenever I could.
I see. Oh, sorry.
Keep hissing at me. Who do you think's gonna feed you now?
Oh, I guess I missed the dialogue. I apologize. Well, maybe she's not hissing at you. Maybe she's hissing at something else. You never know. Ah, there. She was looking at this. I like
Come
this.
back. Where'd you put it? Okay. Let's do this the other way.
Press left bumper to activate insight. Oh, so this girl has special powers. That's very interesting. And much like that, there's the hair clip. The reason I turned it back to 30 frames per second is because it would appear that my computer was going ham. It was making way too much noise, and I do not like noise. So, in other words, it was a bit overheating. I know that this game is quite demanding, so it's understandable.
Okay, I think that's it. Jack's waiting downstairs. Time to say goodbye.
But before we do, I might want to go this way.
Weird to be back in my old room.
Oh, this is your room? Quite a nice atmosphere here. Very cozy. And I do not mind being here. Oh, the lovely clock. The clock that screams there is a puzzle here you must solve. Why it does that? Because Resident Evil 1 had such a puzzle.
Yeah. I used to have a thing for him.
Used to?
Don't know why, really. I guess they just used to make me happy. Jack knew it well. That's why there's so many of them here.
The butterfly effect.
Kids from the orphanage. Not all of them had my luck. That's why I kept coming back. To play. To take care of them. To listen. That was the least I could do.
So she might have been orphaned, and this Jack person was taking care of her. Maybe he's not, or they're not related by blood. Who knows?
I used to get a lot of these. To me, they were like trophies. Badges of honor for doing the right thing. Jack wasn't too amused, but he did his best to cover for me. I kind of feel bad for making him go through all that.
Dear Mr. Orkan, we must request you to attend to the next parent-teacher meeting, as we would like to discuss with you the situation that took place last Thursday. To recap, Mariana gave one of the students a message from his recently deceased grandmother. We understand it was Mariana's way of consoling her fellow student, but we're sure you realize that this behavior is inappropriate, to say the least, given that this is not the first behavioral problem we've informed you about. We believe it's high time. Oh, it's not the first that we've informed you about. We believe it is high time for us to meet and talk about Marianne's future in our school. Sincerely, whatever the dean is, or the director is, or whatever. No one cares.
My oldest family heirloom. As a kid, I'd show this to people just to freak them out. I'd usually say something like, "Pretty sick, huh?" I was such a dork.
I am unable to read whatever. Oh, I see. That's much better. General information: first name Marianne, last name unknown, age 3 years old, sex female, initial diagnosis: second-degree thermal burns covering 35% of total body surface area, trunk and upper limbs area, suspected inhalation and injury, care management and stabilization, early wound coverage, respiratory support initiated, fluid resurrection or resuscitation initiated, pain control initiated, patient placed on a high flow oxygen until carbon monoxide poisoning is ruled out. So when she was 3 years of age, she got into a fire accident of some sorts. Understood. So let's recap what we know about this beautiful lady. Number one, she is, or she believes that she is weird. Number two, she likes to collect butterflies. Number three, whoever was taking care of her is dead, and she is taking care of his funeral. And number four, it would appear that she has some sort of a second sight. She can see things, as it would appear so. That's good. Is the cat still here? Yes, the cat is here and currently resting. Pretty amazing. Kudos to the developers for taking their time to meticulously do these things. Makes this place more believable. Alright, since we have the tie, we can move on.
We lived upstairs from Jack's funeral home. It
see.
wasn't as weird as it sounds. Besides, if it wasn't for that, I may never have learned to use my powers.
Number 5. It would appear that Miss Marianne have powers. I guess outside we go. What a lovely place. There's no interaction with the doors. I also like her attire. Pretty neat. Black vest, red shirt or sweater, blue jeans. Really well dressed. You often can tell quite a lot by someone's personality just from the way they dress and the colors they choose. I also see that they decided to also take the Silent Hill camera system, where sometimes the camera does indeed follow you. I really like this. I would wish that more games would do this, actually. Yes, when the fixed angles was a thing, it's mainly because of performance issues, but I'm absolutely fine with this.
Jack taught me to accept my condition. Of all my foster parents, he was the only one who saw it as a gift and not a curse.
My joystick is rumbling for some reason. There might be something here. Perhaps. Nice motorcycle. Is that yours? The Last Goodbye, Funeral Home. Anything in the garbage? No? Oh, well that's a bummer. Then we must move on. One of my fears in these games is whenever the camera skips like this, is I'm afraid I missed something, actually. It's funny. Ah yes, I do have the key. And we must proceed. Hello, Mr. Yagami, we need Path of Exile. Ah, the good old Path of Exile. So, concerning Path of Exile, there are two things. Number one, I've just finished playing Path of Exile. I put in enough time, more than a month into the game, and achieved my initial goals. So I've taken a bit of a vacation from Path of Exile. And number two, due to the way my stream is set up currently, I might be unable to play Path of Exile because of having high ping and too much lag. So until I fix that particular problem, I am afraid that I will not see, or you will not see, much of my Path of Exile experience. And trust me, I would love to stream it. So I'm definitely certain I will be back to it a bit later. But for now, we have a couple of games we must finish. The Medium is number one. Resident Evil 4, I would love to finish too. I am 30 to 35% in progress of that game, but I would love to finish it. And then we probably will be back to Overwatch, we'll be back to Path of Exile, and everything else. If you do have any question concerning Path of Exile, do ask. I would gladly answer. But I must apologize for now. I will not be playing it. And I currently like the soundtrack. Some people are saying it's not that good until later games. I'm loving it. So far, so good. This must be Jack's desk. A big cross. And a giant white tree. What does he have in his desk? Record of funeral. Name deceased. Adam Nowak or Nowak. Family contact 322 02999. It's okay. Yeah. Well, not just our internet provider. Like I said, I used to have two internet connections. One for playing video games, and the second one for streaming. And because I am only currently plugging my streaming internet plugged in, and my streaming internet is 4G, then you can understand that my ping is going to be a bit too high on Path of Exile. And Path of Exile is one of those sensitive video games that requires quite a stable internet, otherwise you're going to have a bad time into that game. So yeah, that's a bummer. But in due time, I will buy the required adapter to go back to having my two internet connected to my computer and thus playing the games that I would like to play. Glad you did. So I'm reading this list. It would appear that dress and body, Jack, Mrs. Nowak, brought funeral payment confirmation today. It is in the cabinet also. Robot took Friday off, so we need to find someone else for the funeral. Marianne. I see. Why, thank you. Thank you for wishing me luck. Again, I repeat this. If you need anything, do ask. I'm always here. Well, for the time being, I'll be here. On a daily basis, of course. Same time, same place. There's our lovely girl, Marianne, and there's, of course, Jack. He does seem like a generally nice and kind person who probably did indeed care for her. I see why she's distraught, as she should be. It's a pretty neat place, I like it. It's nice and tidy. It's clean. And hopefully that's the only thing that we require here. Alright. That said, let me see if I can access this place. No, I cannot. Anything else I can go to? No, I cannot. I am trying to see if I have some sort of a map, but it would appear that no. Currently, we are limited in the things that we do.
I don't remember locking it. The key should be in the office.
I see. So, I should look thoroughly in the office and try to find the key. Oh, there's the key. Weird. I guess I got distracted for a tiny bit there and forgot to take this very obvious key. Oh well. I knew I missed something, but here we are. Open sesame. Of course, in such games, it is a bit weird that there are no much humans nearby. I understand, from a gameplay side of things, this is good, it adds a lot to the plot and the story, but from a real-life perspective, it is absolutely weird to be the only one here. And this is the only thing we can do, is get inside.
Not sure if I'm ready for this.
You will be. Unless, because of her powers, this place have a lot of things. Are we about to prepare the body? Is it what we need to do? Let's just say I'm currently exploring, making certain that I know my surroundings, just in case weird things happen. But here we go.
Hey, Jack.
Yep, pretty much that.
I got your special.
I need a tie. There's the tie. By the way, the menu does remind me of Silent Hill more than Resident Evil. There you go. That's how you combine.
You wouldn't have it any other way. I didn't expect this to be easy. I guess I didn't know what to expect. When things get personal, it just burns you from the inside out. There. I guess you're ready. But am I? Oh, can't you people read? The sign says closed.
Well, maybe these are not your normal people. These are the other people, if you know what I mean. Indeed they are. Of course, as any protagonist in such games and movies, we must go investigate. And out the door we go. Ah, in the distance, to the upper right, there is a shadow of a bald man. Yet, maybe but not a man, maybe a creature of the night. As we make our way out of this morgue, the night seems, or the dark seems to be unnatural. There must be things in this house. Undoubtedly. Why did this door close? What is this place trying to tell me? That is the question.
Guess you felt it too, huh?
A broken ash.
And then it happened, as it did so many times before. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse.
Oh, where is that darn notebook? I'm gonna be late. I need to find that. Marianne? Oh, Marianne, are you crying, my child?
A mask. Interesting. And ashen hair. Very interesting as well.
It's fine, Jack.
Now, you didn't happen to see my notebook, did you, darling? My memory's a bit fuzzy. So much for aging gracefully, eh? Where is that?
Listen, Jack. You should probably get some rest. Forget the notebook.
Oh, no. I've got so much work, my dear.
It's okay,
I
Jack.
know, I can't just... What?
Let it go. It's not important.
I like the perspective.
You are crying. What's wrong, dear? Oh, why is it so cold in here? Child, where is that notebook?
It's okay, Jack. It's okay.
My sweet little Marianne. What would I ever do without you?
Jack, don't worry about it. It's time to get some rest.
Oh, Marianne.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm worried about the surgery. When I'm at the hospital, are you sure you're going to be all right?
Yes, Jack. It's gonna be fine.
You know, I promised myself once I would never let anything happen to you. Not while I'm around.
I'll be fine. I promise.
No risky stuff, then. Huh? Right?
All right, Jack. Now, get some rest.
I need... Oh, yes. Be good, Marianne. I love you, my child. I've loved you since the moment you walked into my life. Remember that. Always.
Most people would give anything to have that opportunity. To say all the things that were left unsaid. But it didn't make things any easier. I could help 1,000 souls cross over, but when it came to Jack, it still hurt like hell. I love you too, Daddy. I used to think everyone saw the world the way I did. divided, torn between two realities. But no, I was the only one. Or so I thought. We're closed. There's another funeral home across town. I can give you the number.
Marianne.
Who is this?
You don't know me, Marianne. But I know you.
Look, if this is a joke...
You need to listen to me, Marianne.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
I know what you are.
What? Who is this?
My name is Thomas. I need your help.
Listen, if that's all you've got, I'm...
No, there's more. I can give you the answers you've been looking for your whole life. But I need you to trust me.
Trust you? I don't even know you.
It all starts with a dead girl.
What did you say?
The Neva Resort. Find me there. Please. The light, it's almost gone. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. You're the only one who can stop it. You're my only chance.
Hello? Hello? Shit.
Yeah, I must admit, like you said, Tarek, this game does hog a lot of resources. And I am running it currently at 30 FPS because running it at 60 FPS with the stream on puts my graphics card in 5th gear. And the good news is, like, these games are good, 30, 60, I think I prefer them at 30. But we'll see later. So far, I'm liking this. It's very interesting. And again, I don't know. I reserve my judgment, but I think Akira Yamaoka did it. It's an amazing, currently an amazing soundtrack. And I see why the game is called The Medium, of course, because it would appear that our girl Marianne is half and half. She is in the medium between the world of the living and the world of the dead. And she helps souls cross. That's awfully noble of her. So the good news is she's a bit used to this, so that's also good. I hate where you have to start with a protagonist that is not used to the things that happen to him or her, and you have to adapt, so to say. The question is, what is this current stock footage I'm looking at? That was a weird stock footage, to say the least. But wherever. Maybe they will be explaining it later. Who knows? Okay, so a guy by the name Thomas called us, says he knows. Oh yeah, I knew that the bike is hers. Just judging by the leather. So it appears that he knows about the girl, about Marianne, and yeah, she recaps. There we go.
Trust my instincts, and there was something about this guy, his voice. Felt like I should know him. Either
That's a weird helmet.
he sure seemed to know me.
Of course abandoned. So let me take a wild guess. Our dear Thomas is stuck in the world of the dead. Of course, not the living. You'll not be walking out there and find him, I don't know, stuck somewhere or something. And then just be done with it. Of course he's going to be stuck in a world where no one can reach.
Workers' resort. Right off the bat, I could feel there was something off about that place.
Now here's the question I would like to ask. Because I didn't do much research on this. I would like to know, by any chance, is the developer Russians? Or maybe, let's just make it general, in the East Europe side of things, because, I don't know, it feels like this is some sort of a Belarus or something? I don't know. Maybe we'll get the location that we are in pretty soon, but yeah. So far, it feels like we're in Russia for some reason. Anything in here? A map, but we cannot take it. Our first stop is undoubtedly the small office. No, of course not. Come on. Niwa says hello. Or I guess it's Niva says hello. You would love it here, my dear. Amazing day room for kids and free art lessons. Lots of families. And the hotel is huge. I've never seen anything like it. Wish you could be here with me. Miss you. The reason why I think this is Russia or Eastern Europe is because the architecture and the way this place is laid out is kind of like in the Soviet era thing. One of those buildings that the Soviet built and left, where people would go and, be on a vacation. That unfortunately many of these places are deserted and actually look like this. So that's...
What the? Hello? Thomas?
That looks like an elder man. Perhaps not Thomas. But let's see where he's going as he disappears from the frame. Man, I guarantee you, this game is putting my computer to the test.
The front gate was locked up tight. I needed to find another way in.
And a way in we shall find. Judging by the camera angle, I guess we go this way. Ooh, a dumpster. Oh, I see. I see where this leads.
You want to keep me out, Neva? You're gonna have to do better than that. Not a whole lot of people knew about Neva. It used to be a government-owned vacation resort.
What I said.
One day it just stopped. And so an urban legend was born. The Neva Massacre. The details were always fuzzy. Crazed workers, ancient curses. You know, the usual.
I see. So you finished talking. Okay. Can I take this map? No, I cannot. And this is where we are looking at the guy who was shambling his way around here somewhere. Nothing? No. And this looks like a ladder. Come on. So looks like a ladder. No, it's not a ladder, but it looks like Russian made. It's good. It's amazingly weird. So far the game looks pretty good. Like I said, it makes my computer scream, but so far so good. Maybe only certain parts, because it would appear that the noise is dying down. If I have to, I will probably knock a few things down to keep the temperature in check, but so far so good. I'm fine with this. Pretty well-made forest. And, okay, So what do I like so far? Why do I keep playing? It's because the premise so far is simple, the movement is simple, you know that she has powers, that she can see the dead, that she helps souls cross over, all of this is interesting. A mysterious person calls us, and we are currently in Neva. All of this is like posing one question after the other. Where is Thomas? What is this place? I would like to explore. It's not too scary, there's not monsters jumping my way so far. That's good. If you want to keep viewer attention, this is much better than just having random monsters and scary moments all over the place. So I'm liking it. One of the main reasons why the Silent Hill series is such a popular game and really good is because it has more story than, horror or scary aspects. It was more about the story, the experience, why the game was good. Not being scary. I'm absolutely certain that no one who played Silent Hill considered it a very scary game. Perhaps a jump scare here and there, but overall, it was an amazing experience and a good story, rather than just a scary game.
Oh, what a mess. People
Okay.
can be such bastards sometimes. No wonder history keeps biting us in the ass.
In memory of the victims of World War II, 1939-1945. For the daughters and sons of the land, here they rest, buried as they fell, to remind us that the whole earth is their grave. Again, so far, classic stuff that you'll find in the Soviet-era buildings, memorials of the war and everything. The big cross, the beads, the flowers. So far, perhaps nothing of interest, and I am hoping that I did not miss anything of value. I no longer can use my sight here, but I guess we'll continue exploring. That's the other question. Can I run? Of course I can. Nice. Guess this is good for the speedrunners. However, I thought this is the way forward. Maybe I thought wrong. 'Cause I cannot go any further. Or maybe, just maybe, this is not the way forward, okay. It was just broken. Alright. Ah, the good old dead ends. Let me check. Nothing here? Okay. I'm certain that this is not, I must just proceed that way, but... Ah, there we go. A little girl. Who knows? And that ball is not physical. The ball is in the other world.
Huh. Hello.
Little lady tracks. Are we going to finally... Oh, what's this? Nothing. Just red herb. I'm asking, are we finally going to know what happened to that girl at the beginning that got shot? Is this what's all... Is this what it is about. I don't know. Oh? What do we have here?
What's this?
T plus K, 1988. Oh! Now that's another hypothesis. The Thomas person that called, maybe not even from this era. Maybe he's just dead. Maybe he needs assistant or an assistance from this world. Who knows? Who knows? I guess only time and progress will make us find out. Okay. Really, really hope I am not missing anything, and I am certain I probably did miss a thing or two.
Looks like an old fort. Might be my way in.
Considering the tracks and the fact that there is no way or nowhere else to go, I would wager that this is indeed the way forward. Ah, what's this? Anything for me? Oh, please. Are you telling me that's actually the way forward? No. And of course the big round thing is not. Okay, let's see. Warning. Due to the recently unearthed remains, renovation works have been suspended pending archaeological examination. I see. And the girl actually went that way. Okay. This is intriguing. So we already have a branchment. And of course, like the good gamer we are, we're not going to go where the game tells us. We will go where the game tells us not to go. Our spirit of adventure must be on fire. Nothing here. Oh, that's a giant downer. Seriously, nothing there? Come on. What a waste. Nothing here as well. Okay. I guess this is only the beginning of the game and we must follow. And by the way, yes, indeed, I did hear footsteps or something, some sort of a commotion. Ah, the Lara Croft crevice traversal. I guess they do this for people with claustrophobic fears.
The split would come and go. If a place had a story to tell, well, I guess I was there to listen.
Okay. Well, as long as the split is not here to kill you, then yeah, we'll listen. Ah, what's that? A sort of a switch. Okay. So when the split happens, my computer goes on overdrive. I see. Maybe because there's 2 games being rendered currently?
The place felt old and soaked in misery. Figures, I guess. 1,000 years of history doesn't just happen. It's paid for. But even in the deepest darkness, light can linger. Lonely, fragile, waiting for someone to embrace it.
Really. I like this, by the way. The two perspectives. Oh, I guess that's the way back.
As I
No,
absorbed
what is
the
this?
energy, I wondered who it was that left it behind. A dying soldier whispering the name of his beloved? Or maybe just glad to be done with this world.
Okay. I guess we put this energy on that generator panel thingy, switch place, in order to gain access to and open the door. That's probably it, isn't it?
In any case, I figured I could use it. Energy's energy, right?
Right trigger to charge the spirit blast. Let go.
Oh, so that worked. Good for you,
Hmm.
Marianne.
Did indeed.
These powers of mine, as much of a pain in the ass as they were, they did come in handy sometimes.
I was looking to the right, of course, and I forgot that I wasn't actually there. And I needed to open the door for my physical body to traverse. Alright, I see. So it's called.
Existing in two worlds, but never really living in either.
That's why we called the medium. Half and half, just like the cats. 1 foot in one world, and another in the other. Caution, fire hazard. I love this place, really. Making certain that we are still on track. Okay, so there seems to be something here.
Oh,
A dead deer.
what happened to you?
See. Looks like her neck got shattered. So something froze it? And then it got shattered? Perhaps. Also, one of my other questions is that perhaps Thomas is not such a distressed soul anyway. Perhaps Thomas is a evil figure that lured us into this place because he needed our powers to do his evil deeds. Who knows? Only time can tell. Only time can tell. Right, so there is this way, but there is also the other way. And I would like to make certain that I know my choices before making them. We have the left and we have the right. The right, we see where it leads, but what about the left? Also, oh wait. I was going back. Never mind. Okay. Am I going crazy? Yeah. It would appear that I have already lost track of where I need to go to. No, this is the new area. Okay, so there's the other one and there's this one. What is this? What on earth indeed? Looks like a grave, but what's that on the grave? do anything in it? Not really. Okay, so when you can see this place, but you can't do anything in it, the answer is pretty obvious. You're gonna be back here. There's backtracking, and there is things you need to do here in order to advance the story further later on. And this is the developer's way of telling us, you know what, you need to keep this place in your memory because you're probably gonna need to come back here. Understood, developers. Understood. We will be back soon.
What the hell are you, Neva?
A good question, isn't
Never
it?
been that place. I've seen others like it, but never this intense. It was like a landfill of memories, emotions, and none of them good.
And we're still on the tracks of the little girl. But why do we call it little girl? It was just a laugh, a giggle, and a small ball. Maybe that was enough for us to understand that that was a girl. But who knows? Grown-up women can do such science too. Who knows? Of course the phone rings.
I'm here. No, there's definitely something. Trust me, you made the right call sending me. Yes. It's only a matter of time.
Is that Thomas?
Even the objects here had auras. When I touched them, I could sense their stories. Words, images, feelings left behind.
Interesting. Very interesting. Before we go to the door, let's take a look. And I see that. I see this. And I see that.
I think there's a broken window up there. If only I could reach it.
It is indeed. Oh, so probably the door there is stuck. You cannot access it.
Shit, the handle's missing. Maybe I could replace it with something. Well, I've already proven my prowess as a dumpster climber.
I see. So I need the handle and to open that door. And the handle is going to help me get through here, which is obviously chained. Okay.
Anybody in there?
Can you not see the chains?
Obviously. There's gotta be another way.
Yeah, we've already figured that out. Alright, let's move on and look for the hinges, oranges. Oh, that's a freaky camera angle, to say the least. Okay, so we are currently looking at or looking for a door knob or some sort of a handle in order to access and open that door, in order to, proceed. Summer of 1969, inauguration. The first secretary of the Polish. There we go. So perhaps this is a Polish company that made this. And it would appear that the Polish have quite the knack for making good games. I like this. The Polish United Workers' Party comrade Vladislav Gomulka. There we go. Vladislav Gomulka honored Krakow and took part in the official inauguration of the Niva Resort, the new center of the socialist joy and recreation working class of a lesser Poland finally has a place to spend family time in the bosom of nature. The main building and the large area are comfortable yet simple, as simple are the socialistic spirit, philosophy, special thanks to the architect, future manager and a committed party member, Mr. Orkowitz, without whom the Niva Resort would be impossible to design, construct, and build. I see. That's all there is here. Okay. I see the traces again, which means we are...
Hey, old-timer. Now, what's a fine machine like you doing in a place like this? Doubling as a spare bedroom, apparently.
My love. Summer in full swing, the result is stuffed to the gills, and you know what that means. More work for yours truly, but it's good work, honest work. Mr. Rokovitz said he'd like to keep me on. Can you believe it? I won't screw this up. Not this time. Promise. Okay. And what's this?
Hope you don't mind if I, pop your trunk? Not much here.
Oh, trust me.
Although, this could come in handy.
It's gonna be very, very handy.
Ow! Shit! What the hell? No one here.
Cheap scares. Come on. Come on, game. Okay, so we got the screwdriver, which means we have a chance of obtaining that dumpster, putting it under the broken window, and proceeding inside Niva Resort. I call that progress. And the question that poses is there going to be a scare factor here? The game is obviously launching that attack of small scare flash tactic, monster out of the closet type of thing. So, I don't know, we'll see.
So began the great dumpster heist of 1999.
Oh yes, indeed. She just confirmed that this is 1999. Anything here I can take besides the dumpster? Nothing, I guess. Come on. You can move this.
I'm starting to get tired of your shit, Niva. You better be worth it.
I believe it is. I believe it's going to be worth it. You are the protagonist, of course. Whatever you do is going to be relevant. Alright, up we go. And as we gain access to Niva, I'll probably have to go because dinner is definitely ready. And it's time for me to say goodbye and see you tomorrow. But first, let's see what Neva has in store for us so far. Be careful there on the glass. You don't want to cut your leg. That's the last thing you want to do. Oh, hey. Lovely, lovely boot. No, it's definitely on the boot. Where is it? Come on. It's definitely on the boot. There's no other choice. I need to find the source of... Ah, there we go. This is what I'd forgotten. Ooh. Something.
So it's true. The Neva massacre. I need to find this Thomas guy and get the hell out of here.
Something terribly wrong went here. And we must find out. We must find out. Unfortunately, our time has just run out. Ladies and gentlemen, this was The Medium. I will be back tomorrow and we get in depth with this game. Hopefully before it fries our computer, we'll finish it. But if it is too much, I probably would be left with no choice but to lower graphics and circumvent this. So until tomorrow, thank you very much for being with me and have a good day. I should probably prepare some sort of a intro for the game. It goes without saying. Just cut into offline is a bit jarring. I'll do that tomorrow. That goes without saying. So yeah, pleasure being here. Thank you for watching and